Welcome back to Situations, where real life gets unpacked, unfiltered, and a little too relatable. Season 8 starts now. Let's get into it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
How everybody doing this evening? Deanna, how you feel today?
I'm pretty good, besides this
Good.
bipolar weather we having.
Man, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys probably wondering why we're on so late today. Going forward, we will be broadcasting at 6 p.m. opposed to 12 a.m. But, when we have time changes, we definitely give you guys some heads up to
Right.
that way you'll be in tune and stay locked in with us. But today I think we have another great episode.
Okay.
Today, Tiana, we're gonna be talking about love versus alignment. Is chemistry enough to build a life on? Okay. That's the
Okay.
topic. That's the topic for today. Love
Right.
versus alignment.
Right.
So for those of you that may be tuned in, feel free to jump right in when you hear something that you want to debate or you want to talk about or you just want to give your opinion on, feel free to do so. And we definitely will reply back to you. And we'll show you some love with your comments. So you ready, Fiona?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between love and alignment? What's your definition between love and alignment?
I mean, we supposed to love everybody.
Okay.
And even in relationships, people could say, I can't choose. I love both of them. But
Okay.
when a person has a purpose for your life and they're aligned and assigned to you, then they're there to keep you on track, to make sure you get to your purpose, to love you and pour into you and help you build, what I'm saying, whatever it is that you're doing, versus saying I just love you.
Right. Right. Okay. But also do know that just because two people love one another, they can be also going in two separate directions.
Right.
Okay. All right.
That's why I was saying helping you with your purpose and pouring into you, vice versa, stuff like that. It's like y'all on one accord. Y'all on the same page, even though if you are doing, you could be doing this and I got a totally different job, but we still supporting each other where we can, how we can, every day checking in, what I'm saying, just holding each
Right.
other accountable and everything like that.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because one thing I do know, love is like a emotional connection,
Mm-hmm.
where alignment is like a shared direction. You
Right.
know, um, but like you said, if a person is on one accord, or you and
Right.
your partner on one accord, then that relationship can work. You know,
Yeah.
that relationship can work. Um, what about chemistry? Do you think chemistry can exist without compatibility?
Yeah, because you can have chemistry with somebody when you first meet them,
Okay.
but then the compatibility, you get around them, it's like they not disciplined, they not clean,
Right.
all
Right.
this other stuff start popping up, and you be like, let me get the hell up out of here because the chemistry ain't enough.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You
You're
said you
absolutely
said
right.
she fine as ever, but guess what? What if you need meal prepping for 2 weeks? She can't even do that.
Right. Right. I agree. Because one thing I do know that one thing about chemistry is like instant.
Right,
That's like an instant connection.
right,
But compatibility is like you have to build that.
right,
That's built. That's your compatibility is tested pretty much.
right,
You know.
right.
Okay. All right. So I mean I agree with that. I agree with that. But let me ask you this: why do you think people confuse intense feelings with long-term potential?
Because they get a hit of that dopamine, and they be thinking from the wrong, source of things. They letting a good time or those good feelings cloud the judgment of we need to stay focused.
Okay. So when you speak of the dopamine, are
Hmm.
you meaning the love connection?
Yeah, the love connection, the sex, the flutters, all the stuff that make them
Okay.
say, "Oh, I could be with them forever," till it's 3 months later or 6 months later, and it ain't enough.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's not what life is all about. When you strip away, the sex or the infatuation with that person, everything you like about them that they're showing you, and the discipline has to come in, and everything else along with that has to come in, and it's not there. That's when you really start saying, like, oh, I think I may have messed up. And sometimes I think when a person decide they want to leave a relationship, that has those qualities, and they want to go out there in the street and they get
Right.
that chemistry or that vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
then after that, they hungry, or this person, sleep all day and up all night, or, just all the things that are not in alignment. Now they want to come back. Somebody they think they made a mistake.
Right. So in a real relationship,
Hmm.
what does alignment look like to you?
Alignment look like a safe space, us sitting down, us discussing, what we want, where we are currently, where we trying to go, just unpacking
Absolutely.
everything. If you still have some unresolved things, learning each other love languages, and what's needed, what's the strengths and weaknesses on both sides. And even when it's not a good day, still showing up for one another. Even if
Right.
you have a disagreement, still respecting one another, and still, yeah, I'm mad at you, but I'm finna still make sure you eat. We still going to the gym. We still, you know what I'm saying? Versus
Right.
just shutting down, and now you only thinking about you, or now you going outside and you adding somebody else to the pot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you broke the alignment and the covenant that we had.
Right. Right. I totally agree with that analogy 100% because alignment is all those things. All those things that you said, that's what
Right,
alignment truly means, the
right.
values, the shared values, the financial mindset,
Hmm.
everybody being on one accord, the
Right,
vision, the future, all
right,
that means a lot when you're in a
right,
situation with your partner.
right.
And well, you know what else I think alignment really is?
Hmm.
I think alignment also is with your partner when you start a statement and they can finish it.
Right.
I think that's a true testimony of
Absolutely.
alignment.
But
You
that's
know,
that's the whole thing of y'all becoming one. But with people like date everybody, date multiple people, this and that or whatever, it's like you never gonna find what you looking for with all them. I don't want all them different personalities. I just don't.
right?
I
Well, I
know
mean,
if I date somebody, if I like them, if I don't, I know that.
right. I mean, I'm not in agreement with that. I mean, when you trying to date multiple people,
Right.
I don't think I don't think that would ever work out
It's not.
because it's like what I mean when you date multiple people, when you date multiples like that, what are you really looking for?
To me,
You know
not
what I'm
nothing
saying?
serious. Not
Not say it
nothing
again.
serious. I said to me, not nothing serious.
Right, because you mean to tell me if you date multiple people, multiples are two or more, right?
Right.
So if you date multiple people, so you mean to tell me you have to date three people to get that one satisfaction out of three people? You can't.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that one person cannot supply your needs?
Right.
So I've never was a
I
big
mean, my
fan
whole
of
thing
that.
is like if you going to date with that one person, you know or not, you know or not, if you feel something or see something or want to explore something,
Right.
you do, and you
Right.
you know whether it's lust or not. You know that too. You know if you
Right.
just physically attracted to them, or you like, I really like their conversation. I like how they do things. I like how they carry themselves. They consistent. Let me see what's up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that,
Right.
but people want to always use the excuse that I'm single and I'm just seeing what I want. I don't want to lock in on one person too soon. I might miss this and that, whatever. But it's you could date casually or you could be dating with a purpose. You could be dating intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Because you looking for your partner.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Okay, we got Liz. Liz, what's going on? Liz checked in. Good
Hey,
afternoon. Well,
Liz.
good evening, Liz. We appreciate you tuned in. Okay, Liz, I don't know how much of it have you heard, but today we're talking about love versus alignment. Okay. Is chemistry enough to build a life on? So that's pretty much what we're talking about today. Okay, well let me ask you this then.
Hmm.
Um okay, she says she just tuned in. Okay. All right. Well you're right on time, Liz. We just getting started at 6, so you're not too far behind. But let me ask you guys this. What happens
Hmm.
when love is strong but the alignment is weak? What do we do at that position? What do we do at that situation, in that particular situation?
I mean, you can learn. You know what I'm saying? If you willing to hang in there, if you say you love the person and you feel like what y'all have is worth, building
Okay.
and cultivating, you know what I'm saying? There's some things that you can work on.
Okay.
But if you so headstrong about what you're doing and it don't really include that other person or you never consider them, that's not alignment. It's never gonna work. I don't care how much you love them.
Okay. All right. Well, Liz just made a comment. Liz said it only can work if both people put in the effort. That's true.
Right.
That's true. Everybody has to be on the same accord. You'll
Right.
find things to go so much smoother and so much better in relationships when everybody is on the same accord. You
Right.
know, um, I know that for a fact. You know, being on the same accord, that means she see value in you and you see value in her, and you guys want the
Right.
same thing as far as end goal.
Right.
You know, um, that's just the way I see it. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, Liz said you got to be on the same page. Absolutely, absolutely. So let me ask you this, dear: is it selfish to leave someone who love you because of misalignment?
I wouldn't say, I mean, in a way, you have to be selfish if you're trying to do things for yourself or if you don't see no future in it. But if you stay, you will be doing yourself a disservice.
Okay.
So,
Well, me personally, I think that's more. If you left a situation like that, I think that's more like being responsible.
right,
Because like you said, if you're trying to achieve something in life,
right,
but this person that you're with is they don't have the same mindset
hmm,
or not goal driven,
right,
then it's not going to work.
right,
It's not going to work. You know, like I said, you have to be on one accord.
hmm,
If you're on one accord, you'll find yourself in a situation where it'll go a lot smoother, and you can get to that end goal. You can get to that
right,
goal faster.
right.
Okay. Let me ask you this: can alignment exist without a strong chemistry?
It can, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because you could have met somebody who's like, I don't really like him or she not really my type. Your type might not be the person you're supposed to be aligned with. You see what I'm saying? But then
Absolutely.
the person that's not, but y'all all other boxes check off everything that y'all trying to do or whatever. The alignment is there, but it's not the type of person that you was used to dealing with. But guess what? That other stuff didn't work out. So guess what? Yeah, this person could be the person for you.
Right. Well, Liz had made a comment. Liz also stated that you have to kind of be selfish if you love yourself and don't want to waste time. You're absolutely right. I agree with that
Right.
100%. I agree with
Right.
that.
That's why I said not do yourself a disservice. Right.
Right, right. But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, since I got you ladies chimed in or tuned in, let me ask you guys this question. Which matter more to you, emotional connection or life direction? Tiana, you can go first.
Uh, you say emotional correction, connection,
Emotion
or life direction?
which matters more to you, emotional connection or life direction?
I'm gonna say emotional connection for me personally
Okay,
because I already know where I want to go in life. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
And we could be on the fastest train headed to stardom, being billionaires and everything like that. But if I'm not emotionally secure or safe with you, like my voice don't matter, you don't care about what I think about nothing. That's like the billionaire giving the money the money to the women, or he got her the big house, he got her all the stuff, whatever. She there alone. She still feel like she by herself.
okay. Well, Liz made a comment. Liz says a little both is necessary, and
I mean, yeah,
I
I
kind
feel
of
like
see
both
if
is, but you was like or, so I had to go with that one because you
okay.
said or.
I can understand it from your perspective, but I do know that in a way, I think both of them really matters
They do.
because I think the direction determines longevity.
Hmm.
Okay, and the emotional connection. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. I think. See, how do I want to word this? I want to word it properly.
Basically, for me, if you was a man and you want to come into my life and you don't have no direction or no leadership, where are we going? Then I can't let you lead me.
Okay, all right. Well, that's true because, like I said, I think life directions determine the longevity. You know,
Hmm.
and without that emotional connection, that's going to lead you nowhere.
Right.
You know, so um, I think that both of them somewhat play somewhat like a part in the
I do
situation.
too. And
Right,
I was gonna say both, but you was like this or, so you didn't
right.
say.
Well,
So
I
I
mean,
just chose
well,
one because
when I said it that way, I want to know what matters more to you as an individual. You know,
yeah,
from
I
a
mean,
woman's perspective.
yeah, it would be both. But if it was this or that, then I'm going with the emotional first because if my emotional needs are not met or whatever, we not going nowhere. We not even finna be in it for no long nothing.
Okay. But let me say this: why do you
Hmm.
think people stay in relationships that are not aligned anyway? Why do we stay? Why do you go? I mean, why don't you just pull the trigger and make a decision?
Because if things are going good, or you know things are financially great or this and that or whatever, and they didn't tie themselves up into business matters or whatever situation
Mhm.
that they didn't got in what they feel like they can't get out of, they stay for those reasons. But
Okay,
then it's usually some infidelity, what I'm saying, because it's all strictly business over here, and we have a great life or whatever, but we really don't have no love life, or there's no emotional connection. That's suffering. So that's why when you meet people and they have situations at home, but they want to date outside, they talking about it's complicated.
all right, all right. But do you think timing affects alignment?
It absolutely could.
Okay,
It could because okay, like for me, like my mom passed away, but if I got with a man and he, you know, was on a fast track, business wise, whatever, so then whatever, and I needed to take a break because I need to grieve. I need to just stop everything. You know what I'm saying? Then not to say that he might not been a person for me, but right now just ain't the time for that.
all right. You're absolutely right. And Leah's made a comment. She said, "Yeah, timing. yes, wrong timing. Absolutely. Well, I do know for certain that timing is everything, And if two people meet
Hmm.
at the same, if two people meet at the wrong time and they
Right.
still fail to misalign properly, you know,
Right.
so, timing is everything.
It is.
Okay. So we agree. We definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, what about resentment without alignment? Can you think love turn into resentment out of alignment?
Love could turn into resentment with or without alignment.
Okay.
Because you can love a person so much and they still, missing something else. Now you resent them, or you helping pour into them if you in alignment, but then you start being resentful because y'all had a plan on we was gonna help him do his thing first, and then he's supposed to come back and help you, but then he never helped you.
Right.
So it's like I could have did my so resentment can show up in either or.
Okay. I agree. I agree. Because I do know that sometimes, like when your needs go unmet, and it's
Yeah.
consistently like that, love can slowly turn into frustration
Yeah.
or emotional distance. You know,
Right.
person start. That's when the people or your person start to shut down. You
Right.
know, so I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's why I'm glad I've experienced everything that I went through, because I'm not sticking around for none of that. I'm not sticking around for gaslight, manipulation, for you wanting me to put you before my own needs. I'm not doing none of that, because if we in this together, but I have some things that I need to take care of, the audacity for you to say that I need to come see you first because you feeling neglected. You ain't never felt neglected before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm giving you your time to do the stuff that you need to get done, even though we're together, we still have separate jobs or different things we're doing, and we have to allow time and space and a respect for the person, to do what they need to do at their present time, and vice versa.
Right. Right. So that pretty much led into my next question. Do you think ever sacrificing your personal goals is ever worth it?
Nope,
Right.
it's not.
Okay. Well, I agree with that because, like I said, especially if you're putting forth all effort and your partner is not
Right,
showing any compassion or showing any empathy
right,
toward towards you and to help you build what you're trying to do
right,
and only
right,
concerned about self, then
right,
it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. And Liz just made a comment the same. She just said the same thing. It's definitely not worth it. And
right.
I agree with that 100%.
Because I'm like, if you say I got 2 photo shoots booked today, why would I be calling you today saying I'm feeling neglected and I know you got 2 shoots? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, make it make sense.
Right.
Like, because I'm asking you to choose me over what you're doing, but you was already doing this when I got with you.
Right. If
So that's a
anything,
manipulation tactic.
right. If anything, he need to be trying to get on board and see
Right,
how he can assist and help you
right,
reach your goals.
right.
If anything,
But I'm like,
to
I've
me, I think
experienced that, and that's why I was like, that to me, that was a sabotager.
right. No, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Okay, well let me say this. Let me ask this question.
Hmm.
Do you think the physical attraction can cloud your judgment against or about alignment?
Yeah, that's what I told you. When you meet people and they want to lead with sex, it's like you don't really get to see who you're dealing with. You swept up by being love bombed.
Okay.
And that's what people do when they go out in the street and they get the she look amazing, this and that. We going out, we having fun, we doing all this stuff. But then it's, oh, well, she don't cook. Oh, well, all she want is money. Oh, well, all he want is this. When the other person cared about your feelings, checked on you, see if you needed anything, you know what I'm saying, was just there, you know what I'm saying, attentive, making sure you were present and you were okay.
Right. Okay. Liz said, "Can I repeat the question?" Okay. The question was, Liz, can physical attraction cloud judgment about alignment? That was the question. Can physical attraction cloud your judgment about alignment? So feel free to tell us what you think about that. How do you feel about that, rather?
It definitely does, and it definitely did.
Well, I mean, okay, she commented. She said, yes, it can to a lot of people. A lot of people be too shallow. Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But let me ask you guys this question then.
Hmm.
What do you think is a sign to where you're forcing alignment?
When it's just not working, y'all schedule's not aligning, y'all arguing over small things, the support is not there.
Right,
You feel a shift in the energy, the chemistry, everything.
right. Consistently explaining away the red flags,
Right,
all that is when you're really forcing it. You're forcing
right,
you. It's like you're forcing somebody to do something that they really don't want to do or be a part of.
exactly, right.
That's what it is. Um, well, I already know your take on this. What I'm going to ask you now, but I'm gonna
Hmm.
ask it anyway because I want the
Okay.
people to. I want the people to hear your take on this. But is
Okay.
peace better? Is peace a better indicator than passion?
Yes, I would say peace. Give me the
Okay.
peace because you can feel passion.
Okay.
I mean, when you first meet a person, you have to learn a body, you have to learn what they like, you have to learn all of that anyway. You know what I'm saying, as far as passion goes. But if the peace is there, I feel y'all can build on anything.
Okay. Well, Liz agreed with you. She said peace, definitely peace. And I agree. I agree. You know, I do know that. Let me see. How could I break this down? Um, I think passion excites you, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I think peace sustains you.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the best way.
Ab-
That's the best way
Absolutely.
I can break it down.
It is because the peace is safety. So that's I'm like, passion could be created there. If it ain't no peace in the house, then guess what? I don't have any passion for you because I don't even have no desire.
Right. That's what Liz just said. Liz just made a comment. She said sometimes passion can lead to nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all ladies on point today. Well, y'all answering each other question the same way, and okay, I see y'all. I see y'all. That's what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
That's
Well,
when you're not confused or discombobulated by passion or thrill.
right.
When you want peace,
Absolutely.
you want to be in alignment and you want to be sustained by love, by passion, by peace, by everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just not no one particular thing and everything else falling apart.
Right.
That's
Right.
what you call a sneaky link. That's what you call a toxic situation because it's passionate.
Liz. Liz says I always agree with Theana. She a real one. Okay. Okay. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, yeah, Liz. She definitely is a real one. You know, that's one thing that I'm intrigued with is that how how she keep it 100, how she keep it honest, how she's not
Yeah.
biased, and I know a lot of these things that she's experienced in her life, so that's how she comes up with these answers right off the top of her head because it's like something that she's been through already. So
Right. I lived
right,
it.
right.
And baby, that intuition is on point.
Hey, and you speaking of that, you're absolutely right. Because I don't. This is a little inside here, y'all. This is a little inside right here. But um, she told me something about a couple of weeks ago that she was going through, and I couldn't knock her feelings because of what she told me, right? I said, okay, cool. But I had to wait till I experienced it
Right.
before I was able to get on board.
Yeah.
Tiana, what did I do today?
Call with the accountability.
I swear.
Gave that accountability call like, hey.
Yeah, you was 100% correct. You was 100% correct. So
But see, that's
she,
why I was saying sometimes the other person don't have to go through it.
right,
When you got a tight knit circle and you see it, it's just like, okay. But that's what I'm like, you see it now, so maybe next time you'll trust when I say, like, look, I don't think.
right. Because when, like I said, I wasn't knocking your feelings at all. I
No,
wasn't doing
I
that.
know.
It was
Yeah, I
just
know.
something that you had experienced. I hadn't experienced it
Right.
yet. But
Right.
then once I experienced it, the first thing I thought about, I'm like, damn, she's told me this. And
Yeah.
here it is. The shit happened the same way you said it. I
Yeah.
say, okay, all right. Experience is the best teacher. You know,
People can wear masks, baby. Their character is gonna be good or it's gonna be flawed.
yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And that's exactly how I found it out. Because
Yeah.
it was like the Buffalo showed their color, showed their true color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Hey, loves, you're tuned in to Situations, the podcast, where real people talk real situations. Subscribe, it helps the channel grow and keeps the conversations hot. Hey, love.
Okay. Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think do you think the opposite can truly attract for a long-term relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because, for an example, so if you get a man that was out in the street and making money out in the street and living a fast life and had all the flat girls or whatever, but then you got a woman that was a homebody, that was business oriented, she knew how to take care of the household or whatever. It was structure and peace there. Guess what? Now he got some type of structure because he was just out there free falling. But now he could actually see the fruits of his labor grow because he's in a more stable situation.
Okay.
And
I can relate.
he's just not doing frivolous spending or making frivolous decisions.
All right.
They're more aligned.
Well, I don't know what you and Liz got going on. I really don't.
uh-huh.
But I don't know how
Uh-huh.
y'all answering this shit together at the same time. Y'all saying the same thing at the same time. Because she just made a comment. She said it happens sometime. I find myself more aligned with like-minded people. Now, how you
Right.
guys are on the same accord like this? I don't get this.
Because baby, the truth is the truth, and that's what it is.
Y'all are definitely on point. Both of y'all saying the same things at the same time, and it's truly amazing. Liz, I think you're right. She says girl stuff. You're absolutely right. I think that's what it is, girl stuff. Because you guys are definitely on point. Okay, let me say this then.
Okay.
Let's talk about building alignment intentionally. How do you
Okay.
build alignment intentionally?
Well, first you have to be honest with yourself about who you are, what are you looking for, what goals you have, and what are you trying to build.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you living in delusion, you're not going to be in alignment with nobody.
Okay.
So when you sit down and you do that, and then you intentionally say you looking for a partner with these things, so you may come across somebody that you may be elated with. They may look good. They may got the money. They may got the this and that. But if it's not aligning with those core things that you said you want, then guess what? You have to say no to that.
Okay.
You have to have the willpower to say no to get in alignment. So that's how you intentionally look to build, in alignment with the things that you are seeking.
Okay. All right. I agree. Liz also made a comment. Liz said communication. And then she also said
Absolutely.
that she said both have to know what they want and they both have to take actions.
Right.
Okay. So let me flip it. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me flip it a
Mhm.
little bit.
Okay.
When should you walk away from love due to misalignment?
If I say, like, I'm writing a book or I'm doing this or I'm doing that, and I'm giving myself 3 months to finish, 6 months to finish, and I'm like, well, babe, I'm gonna need, certain amount of time to myself because I gotta focus on this and that. And he study trying to distract me. That's misalignment.
Okay.
Because I already came in here with a clear direction and things that I told you I had to get done. And every chance you get, you're trying to distract me from doing it. That's misalignment. I gotta go.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to add something to that too as well, because I do know
Mhm.
that misalignment also can cause you to have when your core values when core values and your life direction or long-term vision consistently clash with one another, then
Right.
that can definitely be misalignment as well.
Misalignment. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think this was too easy for us.
It was. It was.
I think this was too easy. I just
Because that's what I'm saying. When you first meet a person and you're telling them everything, it's like you want to be direct, but it's like in some points it's like you giving them the blueprint. But in either way, it's like when that mask slip off and they start showing you that after you done told them and they was like, yeah, I'm on that too, and they not, get on up
right,
out of this. Don't be second guessing yourself. Well, that's when they start using, well, we done already been in it 2 years. I don't want to leave. Get up out of there before you be there for 10 years.
right.
Take the
So,
2 year lesson, go back, get realigned, you know what I'm saying, and recenter and get back on the plan that you had.
right. Well, one thing I don't think I'll ever understand is when you're in a situation with someone and your partner don't see or want the same values or the same things out of life that you want.
Right,
Now I can understand that if you're into something they don't truly understand, they wouldn't
yeah,
understand what you're into. I can understand that
right,
part of it. But if you take the time to sit down and try to implement yourself into his life or his everyday
right.
life to
You will
learn about the
understand.
direction,
Right.
you know, um, I think that would make a more healthier situation.
It will, but you will know that because guess what? The consistency and the presence will be there. They will be showing up to say, babe, teach me about what you're doing. What is this all about? Taking interest and showing something even though you didn't know anything about it.
Right,
Because this is your partner. Anything can happen. What if he gets sick? What if something happened? And you have to take over.
right,
I was watching this podcast. It was a podcast with ex football players. And he like, my wife could run the whole operation. Like he showed her everything. He poured into her. And that's why I be feeling like I'm like a man will say this and then say that. And I've experienced it, in past relationships. You this, you that, or whatever. First of all, you didn't pour into me. You didn't lead me anywhere. You haven't taught me anything.
right,
You didn't teach me not one thing. You sitting over here condemning me, but you never taught me anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really are not the man for me. So what people do is they take what they like about you, and next thing you know, you in a situation 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. They don't like everything about you.
right. Well, and to me, I think that's a sad, sad situation. You know, if you're not trying to teach your partner or show your partner
Right,
something new,
right,
that way you all can get on the same accord. Because,
right,
like, say, for instance, in my business or for something that I'm doing, and I'm not in a position to send an invoice.
Right.
I want to be able to call to the house and say, hey, you know what, send this invoice over to
Exactly.
XYZ, and this is the numbers, and they know how to put everything together to get it off.
Exactly. Exactly. So
That's
guess what?
teamwork.
If you right, and if you with a person, your goal is to make each other better. That's
Right.
why, even with your circle of friends, if you're a photographer and then um I'm good with, makeup, fashion, all this stuff, or whatever, this and that, or finances, and then we got somebody that's a realtor. How we all been friends for 30 years and I don't know nothing about real estate or photography?
Right. Yeah,
How?
I agree. I agree.
Instead of going out popping bottles all the time and let's go to the club and let's do this, let's sit down and let's really just have a meeting and we all finna. I don't care if you learn two things about makeup or marketing or something like that. If I learn two things about lighting or editing or something like that, or I learned about closing, or what I'm saying, just the process of even looking for a house, or what's the starter kit to even, like, I should know something.
Right. You're right. I mean, I call that a meeting of the minds.
Right.
That's what I call that. Definitely a
Right.
meeting of the minds. Because, like I said, we should be able to. They say iron sharpens iron, right?
Right.
Okay, so why can't we learn or come together and learn from one another
Right.
and make one another better, opposed to gatekeeping?
Yep.
You know, and that's one thing I hate about a person. And I know hate is a strong word, but in this particular
Hmm.
situation, I have to use hate because we have people out here that's like that. We
Right.
have people out here that gatekeep, you know,
Hmm.
because they feel like them not putting you on or telling you about the certain situations,
Yeah.
keeps you in the dark or keeps you from competing
Right.
or being in that space where they are,
Right.
so they gatekeep the information,
Right.
and I hate that. I really hate that because
Right.
me personally, it's enough money out here for everybody.
It is.
It's enough money out here for everybody.
It
If a
is.
person contact me and ask me how I do certain things or how I get this image to look this way, and if
Right.
you're a photographer, I'm not gonna spin them.
Right.
I'm not gonna lead him in down a rabbit hole. I'm gonna tell him how I did it.
Right. Right.
You know,
And
because
women, they hit me up in my stuff all day. Or I see people like ask me about my makeup, where I get this lipstick from, where this outfit come from. Girl, be girl, oh no, my friend got this for me. Girl, go here, go there. Oh yeah, they got it on sale. Yep, do this, go there,
right,
all of it.
right, right. I think that's how it should be. But
Yeah.
everybody don't see it that way. So
No.
that's where the misalignment come in at.
Right. And
You know,
somebody, I need a photographer. I'm always gonna put you up first. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's like it ain't even a question.
right, right. And I can vouch for that. You definitely have been doing that. You definitely
Yeah.
have. And I'm in the same thing. Excuse me. It's the
Yeah.
same with me. Same with me. If
Hmm.
somebody hit me, want to book a shoot, but they need a stylist, I'm gonna send them right to you.
Right.
I'm gonna send them
Yeah.
right to you for the makeup and the stylist. So I mean, but that's
Right.
because we have a chemistry already.
Right.
We've been doing this for so long, so it's like
Yeah, but
we know one
it's
another.
still a respect. But it be people that say they friends, they've been knowing each other, they've been knowing these people businesses, they will scroll right past their stuff. They don't like it, they don't share it. Even if you don't buy nothing to support it. Support it, like it, share it. You can share it
Right,
on your story. You don't even got to share it on your page. They won't do that.
right. But you got to
But
ask
guess
yourself
what?
why though. Ask yourself why they
But
won't
they
do
but they'll get right on there and call you and want a discounted shoot. Ain't share nothing.
it.
No, we just gonna call a spade a spade.
Right, right. I agree with you.
Cause I'm
I
like,
agree.
even with the followings that we have, people be asking me to share stuff. People coming down like, y'all still ain't subscribed to the podcast. Yep, I said it. The subscription is free.
Absolutely. Don't
Get
cost you
into
not
them.
one dime to subscribe.
Get
You know.
into them. I mean, because I don't mind sharing people's stuff. Some people don't even ask me to share their stuff. If I see they doing something, I just put it on out there.
Right.
I be sharing people's stuff right in my, and then some people come in there every time they send me something they want me to share. I'm not your free advertisement. I'm not finna share everything you do, because guess what? I haven't seen you share one thing that I did. You ain't shared a clip. You haven't shared anything.
Right.
I do photo shoots. I put pictures up. You haven't shared anything. All our contact is info on there for who did the shot, who me styling him, doing the photos, everything like that. Y'all don't share anything.
That's how
Baby, you're
people
gonna be
are,
left
though.
on red.
But that's how people are. People, I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I don't think I ever will understand it. But to each his own.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying
Right.
to understand it, and I'm not being tit for tat neither. It's just if we say we're in each other's lives, we follow each other. That means we like something that we want to see on your page. And if you're doing something, it doesn't harm anything to do a share or a like, because the goal is for all of us is to win.
Right.
So if I got almost 9,000 followers, and I'm sure that's my audience may not be your audience. We might got 60 mutual friends,
Right.
but
Right.
that's still, what I'm saying, 8,000 plus more followers that I'm
That's not
sharing on my
tuned.
platform.
That's not tuned in with you. Absolutely, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. But people don't see it like that, though. People
Because
don't see
guess
it that
what?
way.
Because they not in alignment with you. Guess what they are? They're a monitoring spirit. They just watch.
Uh,
And guess what? Soon as the big win come, oh, that's hot. Oh, I knew y'all was gonna do it. When y'all celebrate, keep me in tune, keep me posted. No, baby, you was on the outs.
or when something major pop,
Yes.
now all of a sudden, yeah, that's my girl. That's my guy. I've
Yeah.
been rocking with them for. You ain't been rocking shit. Stop lying.
Baby,
Stop the
you will
cap.
not be getting the invite. You gonna be
Yeah.
left off bad and bougie. Mhm.
Oh shit. Oh man.
And that's how I know I'm in alignment with God now. And I am not drinking. I am celibate. I am doing all the things. I'm over here writing God love letters every day. I'm back to writing in my book, you know what I'm saying? So I can get it finished this year. I'm doing all the stuff. Ain't no man finna love bomb me or whatever. We finna see was real chemistry, was real alignment, was real direction, was real leadership. And I'm shutting it out through the gate. I'm shutting it down.
Right. Hey, I ain't mad at you. You got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's
Absolutely.
best for you. Okay. Well, I have one more. I have one more closeout. I have a closeout question.
Okay.
Um, what do you think is the real key to building a life with someone?
Well, the whole thing is just you have to start with being honest and being real with yourself. And then with the other person, when you look at this person and you say, when you take all the bells and whistles away, or if, if the money slow up, or, if they get sick and you have to be there for them or anything or whatever, like, do you still picture yourself being with that person, or is you going to tap out?
Right. Okay.
Because guess what? I might not like you all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I still love you. And we got a goal and a mission that we committed to or whatever, and we got to see it through.
Right.
And even though I don't like you today, I'm still gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but when people don't honor the person and it's so many options out here, they just be so quick to abandon ship or just start another situation ship on the side.
Right.
So
Okay.
they don't be caring about being in alignment.
Well, I know. To be honest, I think you have to have a shared vision, a mutual respect,
Yeah.
and you have to have the ability to want to grow together.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
I do know that balance. Balance isn't really like an emotional connection anyway. So
Absolutely.
so if you're not if you're not emotionally connected,
Right.
it's not gonna work. I don't care what you do or how you do it.
Right.
It's just not gonna work. It's not.
But that's why I was saying if I had to choose, I would choose the emotional connection first. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if we don't have no emotions involved or we not being real about our emotions, what we doing anyway? We not gonna make it too far nowhere.
Right. That's why I think it's always a good thing to, like, with your partner. I just think it's good to where you guys have some form of communication to where you open with one another, and
Yes.
you talking to one another. You checking in, you tuning in
Right.
with one another, and I think all that builds a strong connection. That
Right.
builds a hell of a
Yeah.
connection when
Right.
you're locked in that way.
Yeah. So for me, if I'm with somebody, dating them or whatever, like whatever it is, like consistently, because that be my whole thing is consistency. It's like I would like to hear from you every day.
Right.
But see, somebody else might call me clingy, but it's like if I'm not speaking with you every day, at least once, I mean, it's 24 hours in a day.
Right. And I don't feel nothing is wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. You should want your partner to check in daily.
But see, but that's a red flag on if a person feel like you doing too much with a dick. You just not that into me. Let me move on.
Right.
Because it's somebody looking forward to that good morning, handsome text, or babe, did you eat today? Do you need anything? Do you want to? Are we gonna see each other later? Do you need help with anything? Stuff like that. It's a man that wants that, and it's a woman that wants that.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You're 100% correct with that. Because, like I
And
said, if that,
I don't.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't go throughout my day. Like even with me and you, we check on each other every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We not together, but we still have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? We friends, we work together, all that stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like, how y'all be like out here going days without talking to y'all people? Like, I don't get it.
Right. Right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it either. But it's like that though. And it's happening.
Yeah.
It's definitely happening. Some things I don't think I ever understand. I really don't.
I know I've experienced it. That's why I said so now when everything is cut out and I'm over here in alignment with God or whatever, it's like, and I'm not finna disobey him. So at this point, it's like, no, I can't even do none of that.
Right.
Like you had the opportunity to, and when I saw it wasn't that, it's like, okay, God, I don't want none of this no more. So ring out whatever you need to ring out, put me in total alignment, and I only want what you got for me.
Right.
Like that's where I'm at now. So I'm not even entertaining anything where alignment and emotional security and consistency. If that's not present, baby, we're not doing anything.
Right. I know that's right.
Ain't no date, ain't no coffee, ain't no walk in the park or the dog.
Okay. Um, I think that's gonna conclude our show for today.
Okay.
I think that was pretty. I thought it was an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Um, I like the direction that we went in with our answers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know.
And
I mean,
people try to confuse the two.
right, right. And like I said, I just like with us, I just like for us to kind of break it down,
Right.
and that way we always have a different perspective, and then
Yeah.
our viewership has their perspective. Not saying that
Right.
nobody's perspective is wrong,
Right.
but we all gonna view situations a little different,
Right.
and I think that's what makes a great topic.
Right.
And then a great topic also makes it a great show. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I think that yeah, Liz just made a comment. She says that this was a great topic,
But
and I
if y'all
agree with
don't
that.
have none of these things, your
Right,
perspective wrong, baby.
right, absolutely, 100%.
Get back on track.
And I just want to add this. I wrote some stuff down to close out with because I thought this was pretty much necessary. So I just said, chemistry can bring two people together, but alignment
Mhm.
is what determines if they can actually stay stronger. I'm sorry. But alignment is what determines if they can actually stay together and build something real. I'm going to
Right.
read that one more time. Read that one more time. I said chemistry can bring two people together, but alignment
Right.
is what determines if they can actually stay together and build something real.
Right.
Okay. So that's my take on alignment and building chemistry with someone. When you build chemistry with someone, not only build the chemistry, make sure y'all are in line with one another.
Right.
Because, like I
Right.
said, you can love someone, wholeheartedly,
Mhm.
but y'all also can be going in the two different directions.
Absolutely.
You can be going one way, she can be going another way.
Right.
But when you find that one person where you both are aligned and
Right.
your love is strong, and both of y'all going in the same direction and want the
Right.
same goals and the same things out of life, that's your
Yep.
partner.
Absolutely.
That's your partner. Okay.
Partner, where you at?
Yeah, that's what you got. That's what you ladies got to look for. You got to look for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
chemistry and alignment. You
Right.
know, chemistry. Chemistry is part of it.
Mhm.
Chemistry is part of it. So don't base the whole relationship around chemistry, because
Right.
we all have a chemistry to a certain degree. You
Right.
know, you can like something, I can like the same thing. That's chemistry.
Right.
We kind of dilly dallying together. That's chemistry.
Right.
You
Right.
know, but the alignment have to be there as well.
Absolutely.
You know,
And
so
don't get bamboozled for attention or lust, you know what I'm saying, or all the other stuff, love bombing and all that. That's not alignment.
mhm, I agree. Okay, that's gonna conclude our show for today. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I appreciate Liz. I appreciate you being a part of today's show.
Absolutely.
Commenting and stressing your opinions and things of that nature. We truly appreciate that. Um, okay. Well, she also made a comment. She said lust is definitely not enough, and I agree with that.
Right.
But once again, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day and be locked in with us for this 6 o'clock p.m. show. Um, Next week we're gonna have something more exciting for you. We hope you
Right.
guys are ready. And once again, there's no us without you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So once again, I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
Okay. All right. Well, Liz says she definitely likes this time on Sundays better for her. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna be, Liz, just so you give your heads up, we flip our times from 6 to 12. So right now we're at our 6 o'clock hour. Okay,
Right.
we won't flip back until 12 until around September-ish. Around sometime in September, October.
Oh, we might not. We probably could stay at this. I mean, because I get to go to church, so
Okay, well we might keep it at our 6 o'clock time frame.
yeah.
Okay, so we can do that. I don't have a problem with 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just keep it at a 6 o'clock time frame. So that way, you know, Liz, you can run your errands during 12 and be ready for us at 6. So that'll be
Yep.
good. Okay. All right, guys. That's gonna conclude our show for today. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and rocking with us for this hour. Um, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week for another amazing episode of Situation the Podcast.
All
Peace.
right. See y'all next week.